Just a fool, I thought I knew you act different when you pop too. I hope these words get through to you. I hope these words get through to you.
YouTube. What's going on, guys? Aphectz, and today I'm back with another video. Now today we're going to be going over the Trips Tight End ebook. We're going to be breaking it down. Tried to do this video yesterday, but my file was crashing, so hopefully it doesn't crash this time. I'm not recording 30 minutes for nothing. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get into it. This is the Trips Tight End ebook, Oakland Raiders playbook. What you're going to want to have for this ebook. My cat, why do you always come here when I'm doing a video? What you're going to want to have for this ebook is you're going to want to have a tight end route apprentice right here. You're going to want to have a tight end route apprentice. You're going to want to have probably your fastest guy in your slot, and somebody with good route, running deep route with the deep route threshold. Same as here. You really want all of your guys with the deep route threshold if you can, because this guy's going to be running a crosser and PA slot corner, and this guy's going to be running a crosser and PA counter go. It's not mandatory, obviously, if you don't have that in regs and stuff like that, but if you can get it and might get it. Fastest tight end you could possibly get right here, and we're going to be going over this. We're going to be breaking it down. First play we're going to be breaking down is verticals. This is an ebook. Yes, it is popularized by Fancy from Ace Madden. So yes, we're going to be breaking down this ebook. Let's go over versus cover 3. So versus cover 3, pretty much what you want to, let me change the defense right here. So what you always want to do with your trips is you want to run it to the wide side of the field. What do I mean by that? Is you want to run it to you want to put your trips on the side of the field that has the most space. So hold on, let me change Chris Jones, because I know if I don't change Chris Jones in here, he's gonna just start shedding me crazy. So you want to put your trips to the side of the field that has the most space. So for instance, if you're on the right hash, put the trips out on the left hash. So pretty much for the first setup, what you're going to want to do is setup number 1, out route X, hitch Y, and curl B, and you're going to be looking for this high-low read on the right side. But I'm going to explain to you guys pretty much, I'm going to just explain to you guys what you're looking for with this high-low is on the right side, right? So the right side, you have the wheel on the vertical, right? And you have this corner route on tight end. What you want to do is you want to re-put him on a corner route, and then you want to press Y, A, and then RB to smart route him, so it's a deeper corner route. Now what that's going to do is that's going to create more spacing for your halfback wheel, so you can actually see the high-low. So if they have curl flats kind of play weird, and they'll actually guard the running back, so you have to make this wheel route throw a little bit faster. What you want to do is you want to catch that right there and get your 3-4 yards, right? Now if he's in a hard flat, if he's in a cloud flat, you're going to get way more yards than that. I'll show you guys right here. So if he's in a cloud flat, what you want to do is you want to create this high-low concept, and you want to basically get used to throwing this right here. You want to possession catch that. If you're free and you're butt naked like that, pause, like if you're wide open like that, you literally just want to rack it. But most of the time what you want to do is you want to do like this, and I didn't put cloud flats right there. If you have cloud flats right there, you can throw that like basically like that. So I'll show you guys right here. So if you have cloud flats, you can throw that. You see how he doesn't come down, and then he comes down right there. You just make that little diving catch or the little possession catch, and you're gonna get like 4, 5, 6 yards. Once, because most people are gonna play cover 3 hard flats, or I mean cover 3 clouds. Once you establish like, okay, I'm gonna take this wheel route every single play of the game, right? And people start realizing, okay, this guy's gonna take this wheel route, and he's gonna get his 5, 6 yards, and he's gonna get first downs up and down the field. Once you establish this high-low on the right side, then you can start establishing everything else on the other part of the field. Basically, once you establish the high-low on the right side, then you can start establishing other things. If they play hard flats, obviously you just hit the corner route, nothing really special. If they play hard flats, you hit the corner route. That's not really, but I want you guys to get used to throwing that wheel route, because that wheel route is pretty much the bread and butter. That's gonna basically start have them start respecting. They're gonna start respecting that. That's the animation you want, because you're gonna fall forward for extra 2 yards, right? But it's gonna have them start respecting the right side of the field. So now, once that happens, right? Once that happens, now you can actually set up the play, and the play is gonna be out route X, hitch Y, curl B, right? So if they play curl flats, right? they play curls or clouds, you have this little speed out over here, and you want to swerve catch it, and you want to lead past that out to up and out if there's nobody there, and you want to swerve catch it. Now what that's going to do is that's going to, instead of getting like, if this is a regular out, right, if I throw it right, regular out 3 yards, you know what I'm saying, nothing really crazy, right, 4 yards maybe. Now if I lead past it, right, hold on, if I lead past it up and out, right, and I swerve it a little bit, see where I landed? Past that white line, an extra 2 to 3 yards, right? So that's about 5-6 yards. Now 5 to 6 yards on a little speed out, people are gonna have to start guarding that. They're gonna have to start respecting it. They're gonna have to start putting hard flats, cloud flats, you know what I'm saying? Now that speed out, that was a little swerve extra, and I got another yard off of that. So that's a 7-yard out route. So what that's gonna do, if you get, you know what I'm saying, get good at trying to swerve catch, which is basically lead pass it up. Wait, hold on, I didn't put them on out. You lead pass it up and out about 10-11 o'clock, right? Lead pass it up and out about 10-11 o'clock, and then click on and then swerve catch it. Now that I just got like 7 yards off of that little speed out right there, and look at where he ended. So that's a little trick that you can do. If not, you also have this hitch right here. Boom, got this hitch, a little low ball possession hitch versus curls as well. I'll show you guys what you can do versus hard flats right here. So versus hard flats, if they shade underneath and you play hard flats, you have this curl right in the middle of the field, or you have the hitch. Yeah, they kind of did that flat defender with hard flats. That flat defender actually did a good job of guarding the hitch. Usually he'll have to guard the hitch or the out route, so you can have this little hitch on hard flats. He actually did a good job of playing both. So you have that right there. Boom, low ball possession. Get your nice little 3-4 yards, 5 yards, yada yada, and just take it up the field. You know what I'm saying? You live to fight another day, live to fight another down, take your yards. This is like a nice little dink and dunk play. So you same thing. If they play clouds, right? They play clouds. You still have your high low on the right side. If they play clouds, this hitch is going to be butt naked, and you can just take it up the field. Same thing, right? So now, if second play, you got out route X, hitch B, right? And you put Y on a curl, and you motion over Y, right? And you put the tight end on the post, right? So you still got to have that wheel, and this is the concept right here. Now what's gonna happen is that post is gonna get wide open because the hitch is gonna pull down that yellow zone defender, and it's gonna bring that tight end post right open, right across the middle of the field. Now what that's gonna do is that's going to basically create a strain on their user, so the user, and you have multiple routes on the other side, and it's going to make the user have to choose. So you also have this little curl route that you want a low ball possession. Do not rack it like that because you don't want to get hit, sticked, and fumbled. But you have that little low ball possession to the motioned over curl route, and you got this tight end post, and it's quick reads too. So if they're playing like Shed D, this is perfect. Like 1, 2, 3, like that's basically like when they're playing Shed D with D-line chems, you have to get the ball out in 3 seconds pretty much. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. So I can show you guys that you can get the ball out in 3 seconds. On 3, the animation, the shed comes right there. Like that's usually what happens in like MUT Shed D. Like when they're playing with route chems, they engage, they engage, make their move, and then you can still get the route out. So that's why trips is pretty good, because you can get the ball out fast and actually, you know what I'm saying, piss people off. So engage, swim move, boom, like, and the ball is out, and you just got, you know what I'm saying, 10-12 yards, and people keep doing that. This is really good versus Shed D. And yeah, so that's for verticals. So second play, I showed you guys everything, right? So you got the post, you got the little high-low post concept in the middle of the field. You got this little low ball curl that you can actually throw, like right under that zone, right in between that, because the flat defender is going to be guarding the wheel route. The hook curl is going to be the yellow zone is going to be trying to guard the post route, and you can actually just hit the tight end post coming over. So if their user guards the post, just hit this curl. If their user guards the curl, hit the post. You know, it's pretty simple. It's not really hard. So yeah, versus cover 2. I'll go over a specific play versus cover 2. We'll go over like P account and go in X spot for cover 2. This is not really for cover 2. This is more for cover 3, because you want to establish the high-low. I'll show you guys right here. So versus cover 3 again. We'll go over cover 2 in a second. So versus cover 3, you have, let's go over PA counter go, right? So for PA counter go, oh my bad, no, we still gotta go over verticals. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get off. Alright, so let's go over verticals again. There's a little one play touchdown you could do versus cover 3 and cover 2. Hold on. So versus cover 3, if they start to press their receivers, right? I mean, if they start to press their defense and it's something like this and they press, right? What you can do is you can motion over this Y route. Motion over this Y route, right? Let me put underneath. So, hold on. I'll show you guys this. My bad. So that guy's, wait, what the hell just happened? Cover 3, right? So what's gonna happen is, so let's say they press their defense, right? And that's the cover 3 press, right? So they're gonna motion over, you motion over this guy, and what happens is you can hike the ball like right there, and that guy's gonna just get glitched, right? And you see how he's wide open? That cornerback is gonna get glitched, and he's just gonna leave him. He's gonna look at him, and he's just gonna leave him. And you want to get used to motioning it at the proper time, because if you don't, so this is cover 3 hard flats. The reason why I play hard flats is because sometimes this guy will get bumped, he'll bump the receiver, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm gonna play hard flats. But basically, if you motion this over at the proper time, it's like right over that 50 mark. Every time it'll be perfect. If you don't motion it perfectly, it won't work. So go. You see how you just left him? Even that time, I didn't even motion it over perfectly, but you see how he just pushes him and just leaves him. When you press and you have that little route, it's something about like that little Y route. It's like a little delay fade kind of. It's weird, and it just gets butt naked. Pause. I'll show you guys 1 second again. So right, so if they press, right, they press their defense, they press their cover 3. Sometimes he'll get bumped if it's like that. If they have the safety at cover 3, sometimes he'll get bumped, and you want to go like that. You see it? See how you got? Oh, he didn't get bumped right there. But yeah, you see that? That's a rack ag right there. He might be able to click onto one of those. Sometimes it depends, but that's a rack ag, and sometimes he'll just leave him. Now, if they baseline and press like that, and you have, so let's say they baseline right, and they press like that, right, and you have this, your X receiver's fast, and they're in a cover 3 press, and that corner is the one that's in the deep. If you lead past this pass all the way to the outside, you're going to be able to get a rack ag if that guy is fast enough. If he has 2 or 3 steps ahead, that guy won't be able to click onto him. If he has just 1 step ahead, he might be able to click onto him. But if he has like 2 steps ahead, if he gets a free release and that guy's pressed and that guy's faster than him, you want to lead past it outside like that. And if you're like 2 steps ahead, he's not going to be able to click onto it because it's a bullet pass. So if it was a lob, he'll be able to click onto it. Like if it was something like this, let me show you guys. If it was something like this, right, and I led past that and I threw it like that, you know what I'm saying? You could still do that. Only reason why I don't like that is that it's a little risky because you're keeping the ball up too long. Let me try to lead past it towards the sideline. So if you go like that, and only reason why I don't like that is because it's lead passing it. It's leaving the ball up too much. But even then, you know what I'm saying, you can do that as well. Sometimes that throw is better when you just lob it up, because then it's gonna drop right into his hands, and then something like that, boom, and you'll get that toe tap with that if you have better receivers, and they'll make sideline catches, and you'll get that for like a nice little 50-yard dot. You want to lead past that towards the sideline about 9-10 o'clock, and yeah. So versus cover 2 also, you can do that same little throw, right? So let's say it's versus cover 2, and you can do this same throw, right? If they're pressed, right? They're pressed. You throw this throw, and you throw this to the sideline, right? You throw this to the sideline, and you can either possession catch it if you're not really like too experienced at swerve catching. So you can. So this is cover 2, right? If they're cover 2 pressed, right? You can either throw that. You can throw this guy over here, all right? Show you guys real quick. So you can throw that, or you can swerve catch that. You know what I'm saying? You want to throw it past the sideline. You want to let him get a little bit further. So I'll show you guys cover 2, right? And sometimes if they're not pressed, it won't happen. If he gets bumped, you want to lead pass it right there, and you want to throw it to the sideline, and you want to swerve catch possession or swerve catch rack. on the sideline, and that's a nice little cover 2 dot. It works if they're base aligned, if they're not pressed, stuff like that. Like if they're base aligned and pressed, you have if they're base aligned and pressed, then you can easily get that. But if they're just pressed, you can throw that to the sideline. If they're just base aligned, you can throw that as well. I'll show you guys one more time to throw. So basically, cover two. This is no press cover 2, right? No press cover 2. So they're gonna try to bump your receivers, so you can't throw the sideline fade, and you want to throw that lead passer right there, swerve catch and possession catch that on the sideline. It's a little tight window throw, but it definitely works. Choose new play. Second play we're gonna go over is PA counter go. And 1 second. PA counter go. Okay. So next play we're gonna go over is PA counter go, and we're gonna go over first setup. So first setup, what did I do? Okay. Was that nickel normal cover 3? Okay, so first setup, you want to out route X, curl Y, streak your tight end, and so out route X and curl Y, streak your tight end. So what you have is the out. You have the high-low read on the left side with the out in the curl, and you have this little crossing route that's going to get open versus every single zone. Now your first read, you want to look to the left side for that out in that curl. That's what you really want to do. You want to look for that. You want to look for that out in that curl, and then second read, you want to look for that crossing route. Now the crossing route, I didn't streak the tight end, so it didn't get open. When you don't streak the tight end, what's gonna happen is it's not gonna get as open, but you can still make that throw. But if they have like high zones and stuff like that, they'll be able to like click on. So you want the streak to clear out that zone. That's a dot if he makes that throw. But same thing, you just want to streak the tight end out route and then curl. So if they play hard flats, right? Let's say they play hard flats, you have this curl route that's gonna get wide open for a nice little possession catch of like 12, 14, you know what I'm saying, 15 yards, 10 yards, whatever. And if they play just regular curls, you still have the out route. And just like earlier, you still got the out route, and you got this, and you just swerve catch it, lead pass it up and swerve catch it for 7. And then and then if they start like guarding that area, and what just happened? Controller. Okay. If they start guarding that area, or they start trying to do other stuff like user that side, then you have this little crossing route. Sometimes this crossing route, if you have a fast receiver, this crossing route will still they'll be usering it like with a linebacker, and you have a fast receiver, they won't be able to keep up with you. So basically what's gonna happen is you're just gonna go, and this is over every zone, cover 2, cover 3, cover everything. So what also happens if they have like good shedders, and they have escape art, and you have an escape artist QB, slide your protection left, ID this outside the mic guy, double team this guy, and you want to get a chop block. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't in practice mode, but in MUT it's pretty much always going to happen. You're going to get a chop block. That guy's going to come through the free, he's going to chop block your running back, so it doesn't happen in there. But you roll out. What the rollout does is it just brings the flat defender down to you, so he's looking at you, and he's kind of playing like a little spyish, and then you can just throw that crossing route wide open. Now if they start to you also have another setup when you can just in route X, streak Y, streak A, and what that's going to do, that in route is going to drag the push that zone back, and you're going to have a butt naked in route coming across the middle of the field wide open. And that in route, once they start guarding that crossing route, that backside in route can get like, it can get like 5 yards off the catch, and then like you can spin or like make a guy miss, and then you can get about 15 yards coming up the field. If you make one person miss, you get like 12-15 yards up the field. And that a backside in route is really good, just because it makes them have to choose something. So let's say they guard the crosser, right? Well, let's say they try to guard the crosser, and they guard the end, and then let's say they're too late on the crosser. You hit that crosser, you can literally run just that play versus bums all game. So second play, so if they start pressing, right? If they start pressing and they try to guard the crosser by like putting this guy in the outside quarter, right? The B defender on the outside quarter, what you can do is streak the tight end, same thing, and you're gonna be able to just one play touchdown this guy with the tight end, right? One play touchdown that guy, Simple. You gotta lead pass it more to the sideline, but I'll show you guys right here. So if they press and they put this guy in the outside quarter, you just have a free one play touchdown with the tight end. You want to roll out, and then you just want to lead pass it over there. On the run and accurate, but yeah, you just want to lead pass it towards that sideline. I'm gonna show you that the throw can be made. Hold on. So if they press and they put the outside corner in the quarter to guard the crossing route, you can just boom. And then I got shedded. Oh my god, I'll be all right. Press, put this guy in the quarter, right? You got the tight end, and then you got the crossing route, boom, and you just want to lead past that over there, boom. It's a catch, that's a rack, and you just take that over across the field. Now, that's if they press in a quarter. If they just press, right, and your tight end is really fast, right? If they just press and your tight end is super fast, what's gonna happen is you can still make this throw, but you have to throw it right there late. You know what I'm saying? You see how you have to throw it late? So it's basically like it's a cover 3 beater, but the crossing route, since it's not a corner route, the crossing route is basically pulling that guy back down. So what's gonna happen is if they press right, you have to throw it super late. So something like this, right? Same thing. Roll out. He comes, he follows, and then you throw it right after, and you're still gonna be able to do that. But the reason why I wouldn't recommend that throw is because you can still hit the crossing route as well, right? So if they just press right there, right? You're gonna still be able to hit the crossing route, right? And so you might as well hit the crossing route because you're not really gonna read that super late in the game. You're not gonna read, okay, he dropped at that last second. It's pretty hard to read. So that's something like if you're really good, you'll understand and you'll know just by the way he starts backing up. You'll know if he's in a deep half or not. So I wouldn't recommend that, but it still can work. You know what I'm saying? Once he drops, he's going to drop right there. And if you have like a fast tight end, you're going to get that every time. If they have a fast safety, they might be able to click on it and make a play. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So that's PA counter go. Now versus cover 2, right? So if they're in cover 2, same thing. This PA counter go is still going to get open versus cover 2. That cloud flat is not going to play it. Boom, right there. Even if you stay in the pocket, if you roll out, the cloud flat is not going to play it regardless. You still have that backside in, right? I'll show you guys versus cover 2. So you still got that backside in versus cover 2 as well. And the backside in is going to get even more open versus cover 2. Sometimes the only thing about cover 2 is because there's like 3 yellow zones in cover 2. There's so much room for you to get hit sticked and fumbled. That's why it's kind of annoying. That was cover 3, my bad, and I didn't set up the play properly. But yeah, cover 2, you can still make this throw versus cover 2, and it's pretty easy. You can sit in the pocket, step up, boom, make the dot, easy money. Now, last play we're gonna go over is X spot. So let me just show you versus cover 2 as well. And it's these concepts are pretty much the same versus like versus cover 4 and stuff like that. Just cover 4 just has more deep zones. So cover 4 just has more deep zones. So that's all. That's all. They're just more deep blues. That's all it is. And they're sending 3. So that's the same concept. If they're playing cover 4, like, and they're playing cover 4 with like three shed deers, then it's the same concept. So next play we want to go over is X spot. All right, I'm gonna go over X spot. Let's go over this versus cover 2, just so you guys have like a cover 2 play, right? So first setup, streak, drag X, streak B, put the tight end on the corner, halfback on the wheel, motion across Y, right? So basically what's gonna happen is you got this Y route. When you motion this over, it's gonna be like a little post route that gets over the defense, right? So you got a little post route that gets over the defense, and you can make that diving catch. Once he gets a step past the linebacker, sometimes the linebacker matches him, sometimes the linebacker won't match. And if the linebacker matches, then once he gets a step over that linebacker, you're able to make that throw. Sometimes it works better than others. So if he matches him, if you put that tight end on a streak, right, instead of a corner, that linebacker hook zone is going to take that tight end all the way up the field, like I just showed you. And sometimes what that's going to happen is that's going to make this route get even more open, right? So you put that tight end on a streak, and what's going to happen is he's going to guard it. He actually took the Y guy right instead right there. Yeah, it's a little weird sometimes what happens. So Also, drag X. You can drag X. You can leave that Y guy over there, right? You put that guy on a streak. You put this B receiver on a streak. The reason why you're leaving that Y guy on a streak is Y guy over there is just so you can have a free release with that with the B receiver. So you have a fast receiver in that slot. You throw this seam streak up for a tight end. I mean up for a touchdown. Now, if you have like streak specialists and mud and stuff like that, this seam streak is really good just because once it gets past the linebacker, right, you can, like right there, you'll be able to throw it for a diving catch. See how he aggressive caught that? You'll be able to throw that for a diving catch in between the safeties. Because you know, in mud, if you get past, like if you start throwing like the deep ball, the safeties kind of are able to make a play on it. But if you throw it right there and you get that diving catch in between the safeties, you'll be able to like get a nice little chunk of yardage, right? So in mud, if you throw this ball like this, the safety might be able to make a play on it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be it's either going to be a rack ag or a close rack like that where you catch it and the safety's not there. But if they have like universal coverage and zoned out and stuff like that, they might be able to make a play. So what you want is you want streak specialists, so you're able to throw it right over there and just possession catch it, or do the little streak specialist ag catch. Now, so the setup number 1 is drag X, streak B, and then you just have this little motion with this corner and this halfback wheel. So you still have the halfback wheel on that side. You got the little halfback wheel route that you can throw. You can get versus cover 2, you can get about, you know what I'm saying, 8, 10, 12 yards. If you possession catch it, you can get about 6 yards. If you rack it, you can get about 8, 10, 12 yards. It's the same little concept, just the same little high-low from earlier. And then you also have this post route coming across the middle of the field just to put a strain on their user. And once you put a strain on their user, that's basically pretty much, you know, like, okay, their user is all over the place and you can start hitting them. You can mix them up. So you also have the second setup, which is drag B, put the tight end on a post, curl Y, block your halfback, and you have this little hitch from X to pull the zone down. It's like a little hitch. And then you have the curl Y and you motion him across just like earlier, and then you have the tight end on the post. So that hitch is going to drag down the zones, and the drag is going to be your little check down. The hitch is going to drag down that zone. You see that? Oh, that guy matched him. Okay, so that linebacker randomly matched that tight end. Sometimes he does that, and if he does that, I don't want this guy to be in the zone for this. So if he randomly matches the tight end, just wait till the tight end burns him. You also have this drag route coming across the middle of the field. Right here, a quick throw on the drag if you want to just take your quick little 3 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, make a guy miss, spin, you know what I'm saying? Little quick drag route. You got this little motioned over curl also too. You got this motioned over curl. Only reason why I don't like throwing this curl sometimes is sometimes it'll hit the B receiver. So sometimes I'll put the B on the hitch. If I know I'm looking for this curl route for like 8 yards for like a first down or something, I'll put that B receiver on a hitch so I can have this wide open curl like that right there, right? So low balls, you know what I'm saying? Low balls, that's pretty much what this offense is about. Low balls and high-low reads. It's pretty simple. That's why, you know what I'm saying, I say it's the easiest offense, because it's pretty simple to learn. You put this guy on a hitch, so you have 2 guys on a hitch. And you got this post route from this tight end. With 2 guys on the hitch. 2 guys on the hitch to pull the yellow zones down, and you got the post route from the tight end. Pretty easy, simple concept. You can do this versus cover 3 as well. Is that all? That's pretty much it, right? So you got the corner. This little Y route is good versus cover 3 as well. I'll show you guys that. It's really versus cover 3 because it gets past the safeties. This little Y route right there. You get that aggressive catch pretty much every time, and it gets past the safety. So I'll show versus cover 3. It's really good. So versus cover 3, right? This little Y route is going to get under the safety. So you streak, and it's going to get right over the hook zones and right under the safeties, right? Boom. And you get that right there, right in that little sweet spot under the safety, and you'll be able to dive catch so you can't hit stick you. And you want to motion it over right about, I'll show you guys right here, right past the tight end, right there, right at the number 50, you know what I'm saying? And you get that right there, get that little diving catch every time, and that's pretty much money. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do rag coming over, I gotta retie it. But yeah, hopefully this doesn't crash, and if it doesn't, then hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and part 2 tomorrow, and Y off trips pad skiing the next day. I'm out. Peace.